Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of the country's biggest stars and some of my favourite people. And we've got one for you today. Jake Quickenden, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Why do you keep avoiding me? I keep putting request after request in and they say, no, he's too busy for the likes of you.
I've heard a lot of bad things about you, so that's why. No, I don't know. I've never been asked to do it. I mean, it's a pleasure to do it now, so we finally met and here we are.
Do you know why I like you? I've seen you on many things and interviewed on things like Loose Women, and you always come across as a guy who's just happy to be here and do what you do, which is perform. That's rare in the business. Everybody seems to have an agenda. You're just a guy that loves to sing, aren't you, really?
Honestly, I still pinch myself now that this kind of stuff's happening, do you know what I mean? So, obviously, I followed a bit of a dream and went on the X Factor because I like singing. And it's just led to so many other things, and it's opened so many doors. Like, obviously, to go in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of It. I used to watch that when I was younger with like my family and stuff, and I always wanted to go on it, and then ended up on it. It was like, wow, what is happening? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm just pretty buzzing to still be kicking about and doing great things and performing.
And above all of that, and this is the most important thing, I'm a deeply unattractive man. What's it like being delicious?
I don't know. I don't know if I am delicious, am I? I think only my girlfriend says that to me. No, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's quite nice to be known as a bit of an heartthrob, but I look in the mirror some mornings and think, what is going on? How can people say that about me? But yeah, it's all right, I guess.
The image is all part of it, though, isn't it? And here we are today in Blackpool at the Winter Gardens, where you're going to be starring this Christmas in Peter Pan. And again, to be given this opportunity is another step forward for you, because prior to this, you're not known as an actor, and it's not something you've done. You're a singer that is going to try acting. Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm absolutely bobbing my pants, to be honest. But again, it's another door that opens, and it's another chance for me to test myself and keep moving forward in my career, kind of thing. So I've been taking acting lessons for a year because I didn't just want to walk into it and try and blag my way through it. So I've been doing acting lessons, and hopefully they'll pay off, and I do it a bit of justice. Obviously, I want to put on a great show for everyone that comes to watch it, and hopefully a lot of people do come and watch it. So yeah, it's another chapter in the old story for me now, taking a bit of acting up and see where it leads.
Tell us about this show. Peter Pan is coming to Blackpool. It's on for 3 weeks from, I think, the 16th of December through the 8th of January, and it's going to be a big spectacular, not pantomime, sort of cross pantomime with musical. Yeah,
so it's a musical adventure. That's what they're saying. So I'm guessing the adventure bit is the pantomime. But yeah, from what we know, because we've been kind of kept in the dark a little bit, because they want it to be so spectacular and get everything kind of ready before we start rehearsing. But from what we've seen already, like, it looks like it's going to be amazing. The set and the props and the costumes are all incredible. So I just think it is going to be really, really good. And it's not your average panto. I won't be in any tights, which I'm pretty happy about.
Sounds like you won't be in anything. From what you described at the press conference, it sounds like they're going to have you as naked as possible within the rules of Ofcom or something.
No, it's a waistcoat, and I don't think Peter Pan would have been going to Top Man, would he? So we're keeping it quite limited. It's a waistcoat, and there's a bit of flesh on show.
You know why you've been booked, don't you? It's your legs. Let's face it.
Yeah, they probably hadn't even heard my voice or seen me acting. Yeah, but I'm really excited. And I get to fly, which is every boy's dream. Come on, let's be honest.
Have you done it before?
Not in a musical.
Well, let me tell you, it can chafe on the inner thigh. I don't know whether you've heard about this. It's not the most pleasant feeling in the world.
Yeah, Jen's told me, because Jen's flown before, so she said, I don't know what you're so excited about, because you won't, after you've done it a few times, you'll be hating it. But I am honestly really excited about getting stuck in and just trying something new and hopefully putting on a bit of a show for everyone.
Let's talk about you and your life, because you've had an extraordinary past and present. I mean, we got to know you through reality TV, but prior to that, you've always been a singer. I know most recently you've talked about the struggles of life, and it's quite brave, and it seems to be the new thing where men can actually admit we're not all happy and the world is great. If we're having a struggle or having a bad time, we can talk about it. And you've really been through some crap in your life, and you've come out of it so positive. For anybody listening to this, how have you managed to do that?
I just surround myself with decent people, really. People that keep my feet on the ground, people that kind of want the best for me. I'm very close to my family. Obviously, losing my dad and my brother in kind of 5 years space, it wasn't easy, but it's life, unfortunately. And I've always said I'm not the only person that have lost people. Everybody goes through that. And if I can just keep down to earth and keep working hard and making them proud, then that's what I'll do. And like you said, not everyone's strong, and I don't mind coming out and saying I've struggled with stuff, and I really have, but it's kind of made me the person I am today, and I wouldn't change for the world. Like I could be headlining Madison Square Garden, but I'd still be the same guy that I've always been, because that's what my family knew me as. So definitely.
It doesn't give you the right to be an arsehole just because something bad's happened to you, and I think people get that wrong, don't they?
Yeah. Like I said, it don't give you that right, and there's no point of feeling sorry for yourself. All you can really do is grieve in your own way, and then get on with things, really, and that's what I've done, and I kind of dealt with it my own way, and I'm very close to my mum and my older brother, and they kind of together we all got through it, and yeah, I'm still not, like, obviously over it. I'll never get over it. It's one of those things that's always going to be with me, but I just think I want to give myself a good life and try and make the people around me happy.
Are you now at the place where everything you do in their honour and think of it as a positive thing, opposed to missing them and all the negativity of the grieving and the loss and the terrible stuff you've been through? It's now about, look at me, believing they're up there and watching you achieve greatness.
100%. I believe everything happens for a reason, and unfortunately bad things can happen for a reason as well. And if the one thing that came out of it for me is just to kind of try and do the best at everything that I do, and my mum and my big brother are still here to watch me do things, and I'm sure, like you said, my old man and my little brother's somewhere saying stop being a donut, or keep trying and keep working hard, and kind of, if they're looking down and they're proud, then that's kind of everything for me.
And then finding love and happiness, the big announcement came earlier in the year, and here we are just, well, how long before you get married? Do we talk about that? I mean, the engagement was the big announcement. When's that going to happen?
I can't really talk about much about that, really. But yeah, obviously I'm really happy. I've kind of met a great girl, and I'm in with a great family. Obviously Carl Fogarty being the biggest motorbike rider, do you know what I mean? Like, and he's a top guy, and I've come into another family, and they've got the kind of same morals as my family did. They're very family orientated. They all get along. They all support each other. So to be able to go into another family like that is great.
And love, is there any way of describing, compared to the negativity we just spoke of, to find true happiness and contentment? I suppose that's the reality, isn't it? Is the contentment we all dream of. Is there any way of describing that?
I suppose it's just, it's nice to be able to meet somebody that supports you through everything you do, who's also probably like my best mate as well. We're so chalk and cheese. I'm quite loud and stupid, and she's got her head screwed on, and she's quite intelligent, so she's always kind of telling me to stop being an idiot, but I feel like I've brought her out of her shell a little bit as well. So yeah, it's just a great feeling to know that at the end of a day, or at the end of a show, I can go home and I've got someone there that's got my back.
I said to you earlier, I'm a deeply unattractive man, and you didn't deny it. One of the things I was reading about you a few weeks ago was something about hair plugs or something.
Yeah.
Now, Jake, are you on drugs? What's going on? Why would you care about this stuff? It's not as if you're Shrek, is it?
You know what? It's always been. I had an hair transplant 6 weeks ago. I had one because for 5 years I was so paranoid. My dad had a skinhead, and he was a beautiful man, and his skinhead suited him. I shaved my head for charity, and I looked like a baked bean. And I'm not joking. Not one girl looked at me. No one thought I was good looking. I was like, right, if my hair ever starts falling out, I need to sort it out. And I kind of was quite paranoid about it for about 5 years. And I thought, you know what? I don't really give a crap what anyone else says. If I want to do it for myself, to make myself feel better about myself, then I'll just do it, and I got it done.
But does it really matter? I mean, you found someone who loves you. I'm sure 4 hairs falling out ain't going to make any difference, is it?
She did say if my hair fell out, she'd finish me. No, she didn't really. No, she didn't say that. No, but I kind of, like I said, it's not really about what anyone else thinks. It's about me. And if it made me feel a bit better about myself, then why not?
I'd like to get me gobbleneck done this bit here.
No,
that
you don't need anything, do you? You're a beautiful man. I don't know why you keep saying
either that or a merkin. I'm thinking of getting a merkin for downstairs, like a hair transplant for downstairs.
Right.
Upstairs is fine. Downstairs is the problem.
They took my donor hair from downstairs, so I'll have a perm in the next few months.
Is that true? They took donor hair from downstairs?
No, they took no, I don't think they could. I don't think that's possible yet. But if I wanted curly hair, I think that's what I'd do.
That'd be beautiful. Hey, listen, Jake Quickenden, thank you so much for for talking. We'll talk again at Christmas when you're here with Peter Pan. Is this the costume you're going to be wearing on stage, or have you just come in your civvy clothes?
I've just come in my civvy clothes. I've been walking around Blackpool in my costume today, and the funny thing is no one batted an eyelid. It was like we was on fancy dress stag do. So nobody batted an eyelid. The costume's cool, and thank you for having me, and hopefully people come and see the show.
I hope they do, and I think they're going to love it. I mean, Blackpool is one of those places for me when I come here. I'm from Nottingham, and to turn up here, and it's still got that festive feel of being a kid. You go back, don't you, to the memories of walking here and looking at the lights and the tower, and it does take you back.
You know, it's a great place. It is, and it's a fun place. It's known as a fun place. You come here. I've been here a few stag do's. I can't remember much about them, but I'm sure they were pretty fun. Do you know what I mean? And it's like the arcades, the 2p machines, the candy floss, the beach. It's just it's such a cool place, and it's known for entertainment. So that's what we'll be bringing. We'll be bringing a lot of entertainment, and hopefully, like I said, people can watch.
Don't get run over by a tram, will you?
No, well,
we don't need that story in the papers. Jake Quickenden, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.